Oh, good afternoon. It's John here, and this time I'm not in the shed. I'm in our club rooms over in Thetford, and after seeing the clip that I uploaded, it was supposed to be a short. I uploaded that the day before yesterday, and I wasn't very happy with it because it didn't do quite what I wanted it to do. So I've binned that. That's why you won't be able to find it now. But I decided I would do another video up in the club rooms and I can show you the project that I'm working on, and in particular the goods shed. But before we get into that, I'll just run through the shout outs that I did on the one that I've scrapped, and run through them again because one of them that he originally joined on the 8th of May, that was Aiken Patton. I think I've pronounced his name right. Anyway, the upshot of that is that he has rejoined, because we can always tell if somebody drops out or comes back in. Anyway, thank you for rejoining. Good to have you on, Aiken, and hope you continue to enjoy the content that I put on the channel. Next one is Henry Cummins, and he's got a number 764. I don't know what these numbers are. Perhaps somebody could enlighten me, but I'm assuming they're what your numbers are on YouTube channel. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, he's a Class 50 fan, apparently. So, for your information, Henry, I too like Class 50s. I've got 4 of them in my fleet. One is Network Southeast livery. There's one in Dutch livery. I've got a corporate blue unrefurbished one, and also the latest addition to that fleet was a 2-tone grey in general freight livery. So that's what I've got in my fleet, amongst some other locos as well, obviously. Then we move on to Trev, who styles himself as Big T. He's another one with a number after his name, 111A. As I say, I'm not sure what that's for. Anyway, welcome to the channel. I hope you continue to watch the content I'm going to be putting on. Then we have Steve G, who styles himself Fan Plastic. That's quite clever, actually. Obviously a fan of plastic kit modelling and scratch building as well, I presume. We do a bit of that here in the club as well. If we've got a particular item that you can't sort of buy off the shelf or in a kit form, we'll make it ourselves. And I've done that on this project model that I'm working on, which I'll show you in a moment. And then last but not least, I'm assuming this other chap is French. Well, it's got a French name. Jean-Marc Lagarde, unless his name is Jean and he's at Marc Lagarde, I don't know, because my wife tells me that Lagarde is French for station, so I'm a little bit confused now as to what this gentleman's name is, but he's got a number after his name, which is 3147 for identification purposes, I suppose that is. Anyway, yeah, so perhaps I'll say welcome to the channel, Jean, and perhaps you could let us know what's going on your with your channel with regard to things on the French railways. So that might change something different to look at. Anyway, moving on. I'm standing beside my project at the moment, and I will just pick you up and run you through this, and then afterwards I'll do you a quick trip round the club rooms. Right, here we go. Right, now as you can see, if I just step back a bit, this is the project, and it's based on a real place in the Cambridgeshire area. It's called Bluntisham, and it's just going to be a straightforward end-to-end. And as I say, I've made a traverser so that I can swap trains around, and then we've got here one of my fellow club members was kind enough to give me this little stabling point here. It's for cattle or horses or whatever. It's where they would unload livestock. So there will be a sort of a little roadway here, and there'll be a vehicle parked there, and I'll get some animals to put in these pens. So that's to be done. That he'd already made that up. There was one or two bits that had suffered a little bit of damage, but I've repaired them, and now it looks fine. This is the goods shed that I was working on. I still am working on, actually. It's not finished yet. I've got to touch in some bits on the doors where they were, because I painted them on the sprue. I've stuck those doors onto the goods shed day before yesterday. I was away yesterday. I was at a funeral yesterday. So anyway, that's how it will look there. This station building you can see on this platform over here, take no notice of that. That's only there temporary to give an idea of what's going to be there, but it's going to be a bigger station building on there based on the real place. Yeah, so as I say, there's I like to try and detail these sort of things as best as possible. This isn't the original exterior platform that came with the kit. This is a platform that I made myself, and it's got some items on it which are firmly stuck on. I attached this canopy day before yesterday as well, and fixed the skylight as well. These rows of tiles on the top under the skylight, they've got to be painted in as well. And then if I take, because I hadn't stuck the roof on, I'm leaving that loose purposely so that I can show the detail inside there. But as you see, there's an office in the corner. There's a supervisor coming out of the office, and there's a sack barrow on the platform in there. And in the corner, see if I can get the camera angle right. In the corner there, there's a couple of gas cylinders. Just about see them in the corner there. I'll get that right. Anyway, yeah, they are there. Yeah, that platform, that was scratch built as well, and there's another smaller platform here that'll be sort of like it's going to be a crew change area there. There'll be a little building put on there for crew changing, and this will be an engine. This one here will be an engine stabling point as well. So the idea is the train will come in on that line, if it's a goods train, come here through the shed, engine off and into this head shunt. And the area over here that'll have another engine in there standing by, it'll either be a Class 08 acting as a pilot or a shunter, obviously. That'll come out of there onto this line, over the road, back in, and then they'll pull the train out the other way. If it's a standby loco, it'll pull it straight off. It'll take it straight off, and then the loco that's down here will then become standby up the other end. And I can use this line here for the same purpose. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. I've got to fix the doors on this end. That's got to be done, and there's going to be sort of like cupboards and notice boards. The notice boards on here. On the wall there, and cupboards round here. So that's all going to be finished off. The bits are painted, but they'll probably want tidying up, as will the doors on there. Right, now, having talked about this one, oh, by the way, this bridge is virtually an exact copy of the bridge that's still in existence at Bluntisham, but the road no longer goes over there. So I was either gonna sort of, because I've got to obviously put some sort of roadway in here, but it's either got to go over that way, cross over the line that way, which is going to be a bit tricky, or it could even cross over here, because in real life in Bluntisham the road route has changed. It no longer goes over this bridge. The bridge isn't used at all, either for well, particularly for the railway, for the road, because they rerouted the road and it sort of goes round that way. So anyway, that will be shown when I do the back scene. So, yeah. So there's, as I say, there's still a lot to do on here. I've got to create some fields, and I've got to create a ditch along this. That's why there's a bit of a step down. There's going to be a ditch along here, and there'll be sort of field work and stuff like that. So yeah, I've also got to lay some ballast. Although with the track, I don't really have to do that, because it's already got the track on it, the ballast on it. Because I used Fleischmann track. Originally I had Pico track on here, but I wasn't very happy with it. We had a heck of a job trying to get it connected with the points electrically. So I decided to scrap that because we were having so much trouble. So I lifted all the Pico track, and I had, by luck, I had some of this Fleischmann track, which is far superior, and it works the way I want it, and I can sort of run trains over points which are sort of they're made a bit like what we call jack catches on the railway, on the rail railway, whereby you can have a point set that way, but you can still run a vehicle through there, and it will just spring back like that. You see, it won't derail. You see, you can go back like that, and then you can go across the road with no problem. So yeah. So anyway, that's where we are with that. Right, now, behind me over here is a far bigger layout. This is based on Dagenham East. It's pretty much the same as what Dagenham East is or was. The signal box is correct, and the overbridge is correct, but the station building itself, I don't really know, because I'm told it's the same. I'll just show you a picture on our notice board wall. That's Becontree, which is an LMS station, and it's this building looks the same. So I don't know whether Dagenham East station building was the same as the Becontree building, or whether there's been a little bit of modeller's license applied. But Dagenham East did exist, but I'm not sure about it. But I'll have to ask the guy that built it. So I'll ask him if it's the same same building as they had at Becontree. So he would know, because he once lived in that area many years ago. But as you can see, there's even an underground line on here as well. He has got an underground train, and he does run that occasionally. And this part of Dagenham East here is the London Underground. This is above ground, this actual station, but it runs beside the BR station this side, and that runs across that canal and back round to the other side. That was going to be sort of a fiddle yard, but they're making that into a station area as well, a different station. But yeah, you can see the underground goes all the way around here as well. This is the underground station. This is going to be I'll just take that out of the way. That's going to be that is Mile End Station, and that is pretty much correct, with the pub on the corner and the Prader shops and masonettes above. Yeah, so this is the area that's being worked on by some other club members. The turntable, they've just got the turntable working. They've just got that right. And they've done some work with tiling the area out as well. I'm not sure that was like that. I think the floor of the turntable is correct, but not too sure about the rest of it. But rest assured that it's still not finished. It's still a work in progress. Same as the buildings that are going to be going down the other end. But the actual track work itself, here you can see there's a what you might call a double slip, or it's what is also known as a scissors crossing. That was hand built by Alan, who built this layout in the first place. The original idea was it was going to be like representing Cambridge. Because I don't know if Cambridge is the only station in the UK that's got a crossing like that, but or if I've not seen a scissors crossing like that anywhere else in the UK, and I've been to most places in the UK now, but as I say, I used to work at Cambridge, so I know that crossing quite well, and the yard there. But of course now Cambridge has altered a bit, because now they've got another island platform over this side there. So this really can't represent Cambridge now, especially when you've got underground lines coming in through here. So it's a completely different place. But yeah, there's another station being built here. So there's another club member who's working on that on that one. He's still got quite a fair bit of work to do. I think he's got to rebuild some of it because it didn't go quite right. But never mind, that's another story. Anyway, I'll take over here. That one I've just shown you, by the way, is double O. This one over here is going to be O gauge. This is going to be an end to end, and when I can, I'm helping the guy that's working on this one, because I've got an interest in that as well. So that's going to be quite nice. That'll be something special when that's finished. Right, if I take you through here, I'll put a light on in here, and then you'll be able to see this better. Just bear with me a minute while I put some light on the subject. Right, this is Tidmarsh. Now, there's not many stations left like this where it's sort of spread over across the platforms, but there are one or two sort of in London area ones. But this is quite good. This is been made by put together by 3 other club members. Well, I'll say 4 really, because there's a new guy who's doing some work on the other end. I'll take you around. But yeah, this has got this operates beside a canal as well. The water looks a bit murky down here. Yeah, typical sort of canal of the period. But yeah, so yeah, this is quite a lot. This layout, believe it or not, is larger than the Dagenham East one that I've just shown you. So this goes all the way around here through the tunnel. This is one of our new members has just completed doing this back scene, so this is going to look even better now. So he's done a nice job of that. He was working on that last week, and probably a little bit this week as well. And the tunnel comes out here, goes over this viaduct. Underneath this viaduct, there's another little line, which is sort of like a mining or quarry line. It's a quarry line, and you just see there's a an engine there, and the engine comes through with the wagons, goes underneath this area here, through this little tunnel, and then you see it come back with the empties. So it's quite good the way it works. So yeah, I won't go into how it works, but yeah, I do know how it works. But you know, if anyone sort of come to see this, it'll be a surprise. Right, so yeah, so the tunnel goes through. There's underneath these buildings here. There's a pub there. Off licence over there, houses, church. These here, now, when I was driving around the UK, I would quite often see one of these, and I didn't know what they were until I found out. And they obviously, you know, and this is quite correct for something like that to be over the top of a tunnel, because as you can imagine, a tunnel, if you had a steam train going through there, would collect a lot of smoke and you just wouldn't be able to bear going through there. So what these were vents for the smoke to escape from the steam engines. That's what they were for. And then we come out the other end and we're back into the station area again. So there is another end gauge, or two other end gauge railways being worked on. I won't say too much about this one because this is very much still a work in progress, and it's taking, well, our chairman is working on this, and it's taken him ages because he can never get going because he keeps getting stopped and people asking him stuff, and he can never keep it going. But it does all work because when I first joined 4 years ago now, 5 years ago now, I have used it. This one. This is an end gauge one, and this started off half the size it is now, but it got extended. There was a big extension put in the middle, and that's all that stuff on the table. That's the stuff that actually goes on the layout, because there's still some work to do to make some alterations and wiring and such forth. So I'm not going to disturb it by dropping it down, because that'll upset the guy who's working on it at the moment. But there's a hell of a lot of work has gone into that. So as it stands at the moment, it doesn't mean anything to anyone, but I thought I'd just show it anyway. And that's our membership board and some photos from what we run here and what we do. There's some mug shots of us on the board there. You can probably see mine in the top left. The underground train I was telling you about, there it is there. That's the one that runs on the Dagenham East layout. There's a couple of 37s running on that viaduct that I just showed you on the Tidmarsh layout. There's another steam engine on the Tidmarsh layout. So yeah, there's quite a few. If ever you go to a place called Bressingham, there's a layout upstairs at Bressingham that this club built, and we still maintain it to this day. I've been over there, so you know, to run some stuff. So I still have got a couple of bits and pieces of 00 which I can run over at Bressingham. So I'll just put you back over here where we started, and I hope that I'm sorry about the camera movement. That's going to fall over again. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't. Yeah, that's it. That'll hold it. Yeah, so as I say, sorry about the camera movements, because I did that all freehand. So it's a bit difficult to sort of stop the thing moving about sometimes. Perhaps one of these days I'll be a bit more professional and do it with a proper camera. But as I say, at the moment it is what it is, walks along. So anyway, on that note, until the next video, take care. and I'll see you all again soon. Cheerio.